Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Liz, I'm a registered nurse and this is what's going on in the world of nursing for me. I definitely owe y'all an update because I know it's been a couple of months since I've uploaded a video per usual. Y'all know how I do. I'm a little inconsistent. I am trying, I promise you guys. Let me just give you some updates because there's always updates when you go months without recording a vlog. Let me straighten up this camera a little bit. I am sitting here in my living room where I have lots of lighting, lots of windows. I'm super happy about that. Yeah, that little hole right there, we just had it made. It's just a cutout opening to like underneath our staircase, and we created a dog house for our Great Dane and Rottweiler for them to chill in there. And we have pretty tall ceilings, so Scooby. He's a Great Dane, and you can see how much room he has. Like, and there's Molly. So, hi. So, yeah, that's their little home in our big home, and I'm super, super happy. I am in the middle of recording a day in the life video. So, in that video, if you guys watch it, I think it's going up after this one, but you will see like my kitchen and living room, and I'll probably do a more formal home tour once everything is a little bit more put together. We've been here like 3 weeks now. So aside from us moving into our new house, we also had our fourth baby Elias. He is 7 weeks old. I'll show you guys because he's right here just chilling. Hi, Babas. He came out with so much hair. Say hi to Babas. Hi to Babas. Don't mind my annoying mom voice. Hey to Babas, chicken nugget to Babas. I have the worst cute aggression with him. I want to eat him, literally. Hey, Papa. So he was born on June 7th, weighing a whole 8 pounds and 3 ounces. And he is the sweetest little bubba ever. So let's talk about nursing, why you guys are here for this video. If you saw my video titled, I got 5 job offers, blah, 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 you would know that I am transitioning from NICU to adults, or I transitioned from the NICU to adults, and I now work in observation. So let's talk about that, shall we? As I described in that video that I'm talking about, I took a job with observation, and observation unit is supposed to be a short-term type of situation where the patients come in, they're there for a couple of hours, and they're either discharged or admitted to a floor. So essentially what I was told was that, and that I would be getting a bunch of admissions and discharges in the same day. Let's just say that is not what I do. That is not observation. And it's not because they described it to me incorrectly, or rather, it's not because I misunderstood them. It's that they sold me something that I'm not doing. Yeah, that's not what we do. There's like this ongoing joke between me and my other nurse friends at work that like we are everything nurses, and that's because we truly do everything. We are not just observation. We are med surge. We are IMCU step down. We are pre-op. We are post-op. We are progressive care, we are ER, and we are observation. We literally get all types of patients. I have patients that are there and they're admitted and they're there for like a week and they are inpatient on observation floor. And this is due to the nursing shortage, which is kind of fake but kind of real at the same time. There are not enough staff nurses in the hospitals. So as a result of that, there are not enough nurses on the floor. So those patients that should be going up to like the med surg floor or IMCU or whatever end up staying in observation. And guess who's their nurse? Your girl. Okay. Let me tell you, I learned more in 2 weeks than I learned in 2 years at the NICU at this job, because it was just like, hey, you've been training for 2 weeks. So you think you can handle patients on your own? And I'm like, sure. Okay, let's go. So, oh, okay. I'm here. Okay. And it's just kind of a learn as you go thing. Thank God my manager's super cool. I do have a lot of help, like if I need it from my other nurses, but they're so busy too. We all get 5 patients. I'm lucky if I get 3 to 4, but most days I get 5. And it's literally everything. I'm taking care of patients, like I said, pre-op and post-op. I'm taking care of heart attack patients. I'm taking care of people, med-surg patients. I'm taking care of COVID patients. I'm taking care of everything. I'm just like, what the hell? What kind of nursing is this? This is gumbo nursing. Like, this is gumbo. Everything's in the pot, okay? And I didn't realize that that's what I was walking into. So it's so funny because I told my husband, I'm like, this is exactly what I prayed for. Like, do I love my job? I would be lying to you if I said I love my job. Do I appreciate my job? Am I grateful for it? Absolutely. Do I love it? No. But it's so funny because I prayed for a job that would challenge me, that would give me more nursing skills. And that's exactly what's happening. But at the same time, I'm just like, holy crap, this is so much work. I am trying to balance 5 patients with 5 very different patients on top of that. Like, I literally feel like I get to work, blink, and it's 5 p.m. and I haven't peed, had water, or eaten. But my meds were on time and my patients are happy for the most part. So I guess I'm doing a good job. I don't know. Or do I suck at time management? I don't know. Coming from an environment where I had like 2 to 3 patients in the NICU, sometimes 1 patient, to having 5 adults who can walk and talk and complain is a whole, like, we're talking apples and oranges, people, okay? So first, let's talk about the pros of working in the adult world from pediatrics and NICU. Number 1, like I said, the skill set. I have done a lot or obtained a lot of other like hands-on skills that I wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to do in the NICU. A lot of our babies in the NICU, like when they start off, like right out the womb, they get a UA line, a UV line, which is in the umbilicus, and that's their IV access. After that, we usually have like a skilled PIC nurse put in a line. So that right there limits my like opportunities to start IVs, okay? So not that I haven't started IVs on the babies. Of course we do. If it blows, you have to start a new one. But it just really, really limits it. And we really preserve IVs in the NICU. So it's not likely that I would come on shift and have to change or start another IV. In observation, I'm starting IVs and drawing blood like all day long. I'm doing blood transfusions all day long. So I have like mastered IV access. Like, I'm getting IVs in the knuckles, people. Like, that's where I've had to find access because I have a lot of like an older population. Now, honestly, let me see, the age bracket I would say is like between 40 and 80 is like the majority of the patients I get. And a lot of them have a lot of different pre-existing conditions that make their veins, for lack of a better word, shitty. And it's really hard to get IV access on these people. They're dehydrated, they smoke, they have cancer, they have very sclerotic veins. For a multitude of reasons, their IV access is like really bad. Some of them have ports, but most of them don't. And so we have to start an IV. All of my patients come in from the emergency room. Every single one comes in from the ER. So they already have IV access from the ambulance or from the ER itself. IV access from there is usually not the best because if it's in an ambulance, they're going in the AC. I can't use an AC line for long. Why? My IV pump is gonna beep nonstop because the patient will eventually bend their arm and it's gonna beep because it thinks it's occluded. So it's really annoying. So usually I'll take that out and I'll start another one in a more convenient area, I guess. That's more convenient for both me and the patient. So that's that. I never take it out. I just like will saline lock it and not have anything running through it, and that'll be like my emergency IV, and then I have another one in the opposite arm or like in a different area on their hand or whatever. So that right there is, for example. Another thing is putting NG tubes. I put NG tubes down all day, every day in the NICU. In the adult world, having a patient with an NG tube because they have coffee ground emesis, it was an experience. Like, I don't know, it's so easy to do it in the adult or in the NICU baby, but like in an adult, it was so hard to do. But I've mastered that. Foley catheters, just a bunch of things that like I don't necessarily have to do every single day in the NICU, let's say that I have to do daily here in observation. So that's one of the pros. Another pro, I guess, is being able to verbalize and talk to my patients, which is different. Like, I'm used to talking to the parents in the NICU, but here I can understand, okay, what's your pain scale? Where's your pain? You know, things like that. So that's a lot easier to manage. And I guess the third pro, because I can't give you more than that right now, is that the day really does fly by. Like, I'm never bored. I'm never looking at the clock. It's never a slow day. Ever, ever a slow day. So those are my pros. Those are the things I'm grateful for working on this unit. And aside from that, like, my team is really dope. My manager was really dope. And my hospital system is really dope. So now let's talk about some of the cons, which there are a few. Just like any other job, there are a few cons. So like I said, I got hired. Okay, let me say, I got hired with a couple of other nurses. I made friends with one of those nurses. She was really cool, and it sucks because she works night shift and I'm day shift. So because I'm on maternity leave now, I hit her up last week just to see how things were going. I was like, hey girl, how's it going at work? I'm coming back on this date, blah, blah, blah. And she informed me that she quit. And she quit for the reason that I said, that we were sold on one thing. We were told, hey, this is what you're doing. This is like the unit you're gonna be in. This is what you'll be doing. And that's just not it. Like, they really, really kind of screwed us a little bit. But so she left for that reason, and she had every right to. You know, I certainly am not doing that. I don't want to leave, nor can I leave. I need my job. So yeah, she left. I also found out my manager left. So now I don't even know who my manager is. So when I go back to work, I gotta meet my manager. So there's that. We are severely understaffed, okay? And we are running around like chickens without a head. I've been exposed to a lot of different things in my unit that I was not ready for, but I've learned. Like I said, I'm super adaptive, so I learned. Like, I've been dealing with like the COVID patients, which is still on a rise. Like, it was not any less than last year in my unit. Rapid response, I had to run a rapid response with no rapid response team there. That was interesting. Codes, things like that. Just a lot of different things that I'm like, okay, I learned about this in school. I guess let's do it now. So yeah, there's that. Being understaffed is a con, and taking a position that I wasn't necessarily prepared for, because that's not what they told me it was. That's a con. I was not ready for the amount of disrespect that I would receive from adult patients. Yeah, I get cursed at a lot. I get yelled at. I get reprimanded, if you will, from patients. Kind of scolded, you know, them demanding things instead of just asking kindly for things. Yeah, a lot of that. And I have the thickest of the thick skin, so nothing affects me in that realm, okay? My issue is that I'll say something back. Like, it's very hard for me to be like, I understand how you feel, sir. Let me get my manager. Like, I literally had to tell my patient, like, you can't talk to me like that. I'm your nurse. I'm taking care of you. I don't have to be taking care of you. I'm choosing to take care of you. Yes, I'm getting paid, but it's still my choice. And if you want to be disrespectful, you can leave. I'm not disrespecting my patient. I'm just kind of telling it like it is and getting them to calm down, like de-escalating the situation, which we're taught to do. And those are my de-escalation methods, and they usually work. I had a patient, he was like 6'7", male, big guy, telling me he was gonna F me up while I was 9 months pregnant, mind you, taking care of him. I had to tell him, you need to calm down. If you expect good treatment today and to be treated with respect, I expect the same thing. And I'm not like retaliating or cursing at them or disrespecting them. And it's nothing like that. I always stay professional. This is my job. This is my license on the line, right? But at the same time, you have to learn not to take crap from people and not to sit there and let them intimidate you. That's how you get cornered in a room calling freaking a gray alert on your patients, which I've also had to do. I've had to Baker Act my patients. Like, it's just a lot of things that like you have to deal with adult people, with grown-ups, I guess, and know how to handle it. You know, like, the night shift nurse that was dealing with that guy, with that same patient, was crying. She left crying that day. And I had to tell her, you need to wipe this off your shoulder, girl. Like, do not take this home with you. He won't be here tomorrow, God willing. And if he is, he won't be your patient because of the situation that happened. Don't let it bother you. You know, not everybody can do that. I totally understand. But I instilled a little bit more strength into her. And she was like, thank you, you're right. Like, whatever. So it's just, you got to have that kind of tough skin working in the ER. I consider myself an ER nurse. I get ER patients straight from the ambulance. You know, they're not all observation, like, okay, let me monitor your heart rate and vital signs. Like, that's what I thought it was going to be. And not at all. I've had to send patients to the ICU. And then a lot of patients I get to discharge home. It's just a little bit of everything. And I don't know what I'm going to expect. I don't know what to expect when I walk into work every day. So with that being said, I go back to work on September 1st. That was very dramatic. I go back to work on September 1st. But I'm eligible for transfer on September 19th because that would make my 6-month birthday at the hospital for my hire date. So will I transfer to L&D, back to NICU, pediatrics? I don't know, we'll see. That's the beauty of nursing. I can go work under a rock and be a rock nurse because there's a nurse on every corner of this universe. I kid you not. So talking about future plans, why I say L&D. I gave birth at a fantastic women's hospital that is a part of my hospital chain. That's where this little guy came into the world. And they informed me that they really need nurses in their NICU and in labor and delivery and in mother baby. Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? You're clean and you're fed. What is the issue? So as I said before, I've said it for years now, all the time, like in healthcare, I'm very into women's health. And that's why I really want to go to labor and delivery, I'm thinking. I had a fantastic experience. The nurses there, excuse me, the nurses there basically were bragging about how much they love their jobs, but they're severely like drowning like in that hospital. They're delivering 1,200 babies a month. It's a lot of babies. And they were like, yeah, if you're ready, come on over. We need nurses. We need people who want to do this. Like, it's so much fun. It's a good job. It's a great experience. Great, you know, every day is like something different. And it's just kind of right up my alley. They also have a level 3 NICU. I was looking online yesterday. They do have openings for that. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to go back to work and meet my new manager and speak to her, because when I got hired here at this hospital, they expressed to me that they were very open to lateral movement, and that if I wasn't happy or 100% satisfied in one arena, I could go to another. And so I'm going to take advantage of that if I can. I'm going to talk to, like I said, talk to my manager, talk to HR and see what my options are. But for now, I'm just grateful to be in that hospital system, still grateful to have a job, you know, throughout this pandemic, throughout all of COVID, and being able to take care of people. I know it sounds kind of corny and cliche, but it's the truth. As much as nurses hate people, we love them at the same time. If you know, you know. I really hope you subscribe to my channel. Again, I'm really wanting to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That would be fantastic. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.